computer. Hi, everybody. John here with Maria from Mastermind, and she's working on her dot. And this is just so Maria, tell us what's your story that got you into this, and your whole journey.
So my family and I have had a series of health issues through the years, and it all started with my son when he was 2. He had an autism diagnosis.
Oh, wow.
And we immediately put him on a gluten-free, casein-free diet. And casein is essentially a milk protein. So he was gluten-free and dairy-free. He also has a lot of food allergies as well. So he wasn't really talking at all. And
Wow.
2 days later, after implementing that diet, he started talking. And
How old was he?
2.
2, and he wasn't talking? In 2 days he talks?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that's crazy. That's like, that's a miracle.
My husband and I are like, I think we're onto something here.
Oh, you weren't like jumping up and down and everything, and 2 days later you're like,
we were like, yeah, this is incredible. Wow. Okay, let's see what else can happen with him.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he started getting services like speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and through the years in school. And through the years, those services were dropped. And the only one now, he's a teenager, he's 15 now. Wow. And he only has speech therapy, and that's really just about socializing and like knowing what to say in certain situations with people. But other than that, he knows how to speak. So he's doing great. Also, when he was 4, out of the blue, he was eating breakfast in front of me. Yeah. On a Saturday morning, we have our cartoons on, and one minute he's looking at me, and the next minute he just crumpled to the floor, and he hit his head on the corner of the table. And I don't know what happened, but I lost 5 years of my life. I know, and I have many more gray hairs because of that. I picked him up off the floor and I put him on the couch, and I got ready to call 911. I saw that he was convulsing and his eyes were rolling in the back of his head, so I knew that he was having a seizure. I went to go 911, and all of a sudden he snapped out of it. I called my husband, and he came racing home, and we took him to the emergency room, and
they're like, he's fine.
Couldn't find anything wrong.
Oh my God.
So it happened like, again, nothing happened. And then 2 years later, he was sitting next to me. We were doing like some kind of computer homework for him. And he just like, he started leaning into me, and all of a sudden he just slumped. And my husband actually caught him before he fell to the floor. And we rushed him to the emergency room, and they said he had a seizure and you should see a neurologist. So that began our journey with the neurologist. And after a while, he had to stay in the hospital over the weekend. They do a video EEG. So they've got basically all these electrodes strapped all over his head, monitoring him for any seizure activity. So the second one that he had done, they started seeing that he was having seizures in his sleep. And the doctor wanted to put him on medication. And we said to the doctor, before we do that, we'd like to just try changing his diet. So now my son, who was already gluten-free, casein-free, and he has to be nut-free and mustard-free because he's got very high allergies, and peanut-free, he's got anaphylaxis.
Wow.
The poor kid, he's we have to clamp down on his diet even further. So we started him on a combination of ketogenic and bulletproof diets. And the Bulletproof company has a great, what they call an MCT oil, very high grade coconut oil that we started giving him every day, a teaspoon, which turned into a tablespoon eventually, once a day. And 3 years later, he was declared seizure free, and he has not had a seizure since. So if that doesn't show you that food is medicine, I don't know what does.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's just so impressive. So he does great eating cyclical keto. So you're eating, or keto and bulletproof. Bulletproof is like, it's kind of like keto. So you're eating like the beef, the grass-fed, grass-finished beef, high protein, low carb. But we have to watch exactly what he puts in his body. So every once in a while, like, he'll come off it, and then we'll give him some carbs, like, but not a lot, like some rice, but only like a minute amount. Of course, he does eat a lot of vegetables. So thank goodness he's a very healthy eater, because we didn't give him any sweets at all
Wow.
when he was a kid. We started him young. So he doesn't know what a lot of these things taste like.
Oh,
I
wow.
always bought these lollipops called Yum Earth,
Yeah.
and they're made with fruit juice, and he enjoyed them. And we went trick-or-treating on Halloween. Yes, I would, everybody was just giving the regular candy, but then I would swap it out for those. Like, he knew that he could have the lollipops and not everything else. So,
So no New York pizza or anything, huh?
well, no, I'm Italian, so I
Yeah,
cook
yeah.
my own, I make my own red sauce. I
You
make
make
a
your
really
sauce and
great
everything?
pesto
Oh,
sauce.
I'm gonna have to hit you up for that red sauce recipe. My grandma's sauce recipe.
Just
I got
my
lost.
grandmother's recipe.
Oh, I'll definitely hit you up for that.
For sure, for sure. Happy to share it. So
But
yeah, I would make a gluten-free pizza crust at home. And if we were going to an event, say, the soccer team was having an end of year party, giving out trophies, and of course they ordered pizza. I
yeah,
brought his pizza. If it was a dessert, I would make gluten-free, dairy-free chocolate cupcakes for him. Like, he
right.
never had, to say, oh, I wish I could have had that or anything. He had that too. And thank God, he was more than happy to, he went and he got his own little piece of cake or his cupcake, and
He's
and
happy with
he ate
that.
it happy. So
Right. And so he's adjusted beautifully, it sounds like, and that's awesome.
he has learned to become a label reader. And when we go shopping in the supermarket,
Yeah,
if we see something new, we're like, oh, great. Oh, that says gluten-free and it's vegan and this and that. And we'll look at the ingredients and we're like, okay, that's not for us. There's a lot of things that companies, food companies put in their packaging, even though it's labeled and it looks like it's healthy, it's not. Um,
no, hidden
yeah, or they're making
ingredients.
something like there are olive oil is great to have, and avocado oil and coconut oil. Those are the really top three to cook with. Anything else is in my opinion, not good quality, especially canola oil, vegetable oil,
Yeah.
not good to use. They're inflammatory oils. There are even some seed oils that I heard you shouldn't use, and we don't use them. So we just stick with those top three. And if you can get olive oil that's, organic, first cold press, even better.
Or what's the difference between organic and cold pressed?
First cold press,
Oh, you mean yeah, cold pressed, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly.
right? I
And
usually use that on salads. I usually don't cook with that. It's it's a high grade olive oil,
yes,
and it's expensive too.
the real
So
olive
I'll
oil.
cook with a lighter olive oil,
Nice.
organic, if I can find.
So what brought you to the whole mastermind thing?
Say that again.
What brought you to the mastermind, to taking the Thrive
So
mastermind and
So because of all this, I went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition and I took a 1-year course to become a certified health coach. And my calling in life is I am a helper by nature, to help other people
right,
to see what we've done for our son. And I've also had some other issues with my health and my husband's health that I can go into later on. But what got me into Mastermind was that I graduated, and I didn't really, I created a website, I formed a company, and I didn't really do much after that with it. And I joined Mastermind because I wanted to take my business to the next level and to give myself, that boost, that encouragement from Dean and Tony. So that's basically why I'm here. And it's been what a journey since August. Time to Thrive,
oh my goodness,
the Project Next, and what was the World Summit. It was just incredible, and the speakers are just so inspiring, and I'm following all these new people, and that's what's in my Instagram feed now, following all these people. I went in and I did a whole Instagram detox, and I said, I just want people with positive messages and encouragement in my feed, and other health coaches and what they're doing.
right.
So basically that's it in a nutshell,
Oh,
why I'm
okay. Well, you don't
doing
really
this.
need to do that. All of a sudden, it's like I get all these things on YouTube for coaching and everything else. It's the algorithm just shifts and it just starts throwing. It's all, oh, she likes this, and that's what we were. This is kind of, well, we're just going with it, but this is kind of what your brain does too. It has an algorithm, and you start looking for things, and your brain goes, oh, that's what Maria wants. So we'll just start making her notice this and this and this, and you can decide to, if it's positive or negative. But once you click it on the positive one, and you start associating with people, especially in this mastermind group, with people that are really positive and that you resonate with, and we've really formed a close community. And you start following them, and then they start raising the bar, and then they force you to raise the bar. And kind of like we were just on a call in our little group, and I'm all, hey, Maria, come on, you're on my list. You got a few minutes, you got to, and you're like,
And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
yeah, let's do it. And there's other people that are, well, no, they're on the list too. And just, you guys just share your journey, and then we're just encouraging each other and just bringing each other up. And it's really been a marvelous thing. And I tell people that the threshold now, it's almost frictionless, because since COVID, this whole Zoom, you can connect. I've said, when I did Tony Robbins years ago and stuff, we formed groups, and we'd have to physically go meet and get a place to meet up and everything else. And now we can all connect on Zoom,
No
on
matter
these
where we
calls, wherever you are. We got people all over the world, and whoever wants to be committed and just connect, and we lift each other up. And I've finally realized that I've been coaching, and everybody's been coaching. This is coaching right now for the mastermind group.
Yes.
We're all coaching, and we're pulling each other up, and we're learning from each other. And it's a beautiful, wonderful thing. And it's like I said, you can get your message out. That's what you kind of learned, is that you set up your stuff, but now it's the marketing stuff. You have to, and you don't really have to market, but you have to show the world that here I'm here, and let the people who are looking for you find you. But if you stay hidden in your little house or whatever, they'll never stumble on you unless, so that's really
That's
cool.
right.
And
So I got my certification from the
Yeah.
Institute for Integrative Nutrition. And then while I was doing the course, the actress Jennifer Esposito was a lecturer. And it turns out that she was born with celiac disease, but didn't
Oh,
find out
really?
about it until like her maybe early 30s. And she was, giving a class lecture about what she's been through. And I'm like, I was telling my husband about it. And that started him on a journey to find out what was wrong with him, because he's always having joint pain and
Oh, wow.
back pain, stomach pain. As long as I know him, he's always had some kind of pain in his life. And I always felt so bad, because I couldn't do really much to help him.
Right.
We thought we were eating healthy, but we had to take it to another level. My son was gluten-free, but
Yeah.
my husband and I weren't.
Okay.
I was some of the time, but then in
Right.
2014, I went completely gluten-free. I said, you know what? I'm just going to try this out,
Yeah.
how it goes. And I've done a couple of like intestinal cleanses and liver
Right.
cleanses, but I said, you know what? I'm just going to do this. And it was hard that first week. I remember being invited to a family party, and the only thing that I could eat there was sausage and peppers. That was the only gluten-free thing. And I was just like,
Oh, that's perfect
did
with
it.
me.
They had the pasta there and everything had cheese in it. I wanted to just stay away from all that. So, long story short, I did it. And then I was going to a friend's birthday party, and I go to put on the dress, and I'm like, oh, it's loose on me. Cool. I lost some weight, and I was not looking to do that. I was just looking for a better way of eating.
Well, that's nice.
So through the years, I've learned that whatever you're putting in your body has an effect on your mental health, your physical health, your hormone health. It's
Right.
the gut and the brain connection it's real, it's there. And
it is.
And right now I'm putting a course together about how to detox from sugar, like break up with sugar. Like, the
Right.
struggle is real, very real. And I've cut my sugar intake greatly
Wow.
because of it. And I try to eat better. I try to eat better sugars,
Right.
I try to eat the like higher quality sugars from fruit,
Right.
but everything in moderation. You can't even do that because my dad was, he was eating pretty healthy. He's not a junk food eater.
Right.
And it turns out that he was having open wounds on his feet that wouldn't heal. And usually that happens to a diabetic, but all
Yeah.
of his
And
tests
he
came
wasn't.
back. He's not diabetic.
Wow. That's interesting.
So now he's got a swollen ankle and these sores on his feet. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, this is not good. So I said, we're going to cut back on your sugar intake quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I realized that when I went over to the house and I saw, I know my dad likes fruit, but I
Right.
didn't realize how much fruit he was eating in the day.
Oh, wow.
Grapes, cherries, apples, bananas, cantaloupe, peaches.
Wow.
He's just consuming all of it. So for him, it's definitely not a good thing. So we had to cut back on that a lot. So now he just has berries for breakfast. We have strawberries, blueberries, bananas, and then maybe not every day, but later on at night, he really likes to have an apple after dinner. Great. So he's lost 2 inches off his waist.
Wow.
His foot looks so much better.
Really?
So he's on his way. And he's 87.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah. 87. Wow.
So, if he can do it, anybody can do it. It's just a matter of cutting back gradually because sugar is a drug that is more addictive than cocaine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
It's
definitely.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And-
And to try to wean off of that, I mean, I get it, but I did it in small increments too. I even weaned myself off caffeine. The way
Oh,
you
did
do
you?
that is you stop the coffee, and
Yeah.
for me, what worked for me is that I drink matcha because
Yeah.
it has caffeine and L-theanine in it, and you're not having any migraines. So
Is that
you
like
just
a mushroom drink or?
it's not a mushroom drink, it's matcha.
Oh,
It's like a green powder.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's made by the Japanese matcha.
Okay.
And I have that. And then I would just cut back on that. I would have like 3/4 or a half a cup. And then finally I just, didn't drink it. And now I drink mushroom coffee, as you said. I buy mushroom powders that are a combination of various types of mushrooms like reishi, turkey tail, lion's mane.
Is it good?
And
Does it give you like a boost or?
it gives you a great mental boost. I
Really?
love it. Mhm.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna check out.
And you
mushroom-
can buy them packaged and organic, like a combination of the mushrooms. They have them out on Amazon.
Oh, really? And you just add water? Or do you brew them or what do you do? Is it
You
like
just
tea?
put them in, whatever their serving size is. Say it's a teaspoon or a
Yeah.
tablespoon. I don't know.
Yeah.
With hot water. And
Okay,
then there's your mushroom coffee.
that might
and
be
then-
cool. I'll try that. I'll try a little mushroom
A little
coffee.
bit of I don't know if you drink any. I drink almond milk or pea milk. It's called Ripple milk. It's made with pea protein.
Yeah, I haven't really
It's
drank
very
milk for a
creamy.
long
It's very
time.
similar to milk. It's
Oh, it
good
is?
stuff.
Pea milk's better not on than almond milk, huh? It's made out of peas?
It's made from peas. I either drink the almond milk, the pea milk. My son is not allergic to almonds, by the way, and
Okay.
flax milk.
Well, what's that other stuff? It's not milk. It starts with a C. It's some kind of, tuba or something. What is it? It's a dairy product. It's like a yogurt probiotic kind of thing. I don't know. You can buy it. I have some in my refrigerator, but yeah. So there's just all this stuff. Well, we were talking about cars, just a minute ago, and like everybody's like, yeah, you got to put good fuel in your car. If you put fuel that's like old fuel, or you put like fuel that has water in it, or sugar, like if they put the old sugar in the gas tank thing, it's gonna ruin your engine, basically, because it'll just crust up and everything else. I mean, everybody be all, sure, of course. Who doesn't know that? But I think the thing is, mentally, they don't want to say, oh no sugar, that this is messing me up because it takes.
Right. And now, but these people probably have one of those hot rod cars that
Of
they take
course.
care of, and they're
Oh,
waxing
yeah.
it.
Only the best of the best, right?
They redid the inside, and they spent all of this money on their car. And I think
Right.
that's great, but you have to fuel your body like
Right.
you fuel your car. And I say that all the time
Right.
on my social media when I post, because your body is your temple.
It is.
You are important. You are more important than that car. Your life is more important than that car. You don't want to be in that wheelchair or walking around with a cane or crutches or have a scooter when you're older and you
Right.
can't watch your kids or your grandkids. You can't even be active with them because you have to start making those changes now in your young and middle ages. When you're young, I know you think you're invincible. I know I was like that.
Oh, yeah.
But now, in our 40s and 50s and 60s, you got to cut back. You have to make those changes. Those are very
Yeah.
positive changes. So that you can drive that car and show it off.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and be able to get out of that car and be healthy and not with a cane or anything.
Yeah, right,
I
right.
want everybody to experience better quality of life, have more
Hey,
energy,
hey, wait a second.
better
Wait.
mental focus, not struggle with your health. I
Hey,
want
wait,
you to
Maria, I can't get out of that expensive car with my cane with that younger woman. Like that is Hey, when you're talking temple, I had this like thought, like if people were going to a temple, they would bring like the purest of pure, like water, the fruits, everything. They wouldn't bring like fast food and like stuff that's treated with chemicals and poisons and all that stuff to bring to the temple, but we bring that to our temple and you know,
we do.
and
We
even
do,
worse than
because
that,
our lives are so busy that we just opt for what's fast, what's cheap, easy, convenient. I get it. I'm in a situation with my family where I cannot do that. We cannot
Yeah.
go to fast food places. I have to, both my husband and I do, it's not just me. We have
Right.
to cook our meals separately or go to a restaurant that we absolutely trust.
Right.
There aren't many.
Right.
If we do want to get something, but most of the time I'm eating home cooked food, I'm making it in big batches and
Nice.
I'm freezing it
Nice.
for other times. And it's come in so handy because sometimes we're like, what are we gonna have tonight? Oh yeah, listen, I made that chicken soup and we froze it. Let's take it out. Or I made that lentil soup, or we made turkey burgers and we had too many. And it makes for a great meal.
Oh, yeah.
We're out with a cooler bag all the time. Snacks. I'm taking healthy snacks, and we're taking, cut up celery, cut up carrots, hummus. I can't think of the name for the avocado.
Oh, Haas avocado?
No, I'm saying when you mash up avocado with
Guacamole?
what?
Guacamole?
Guacamole, yeah.
Wait. You're married to a Hispanic guy and you don't know guacamole?
I'm on the Zoom call and of course, it slipped my mind on the Zoom call. Go figure. But yeah,
I might have to edit that out so he'll still speak to you. But but yeah, it's crazy. And what came to mind to me is like the difference that you face that most people don't really face is you see the results really, really fast if you don't eat right, like in your son and stuff, where all of us will eat like crap and more, and we don't really see the results. I mean, but you start to see pounds come on and you start to see issues come on, but it's kind of slowly over time where you might see like your son could see whatever, or you guys, you just see it in your health and feel it instantly almost. And yeah, that's crazy. Just people aren't aware because it's like the old frog that's in the boiling water. They just turn up the heat and it just sits, it doesn't jump out because it's just, it's getting a little warmer here. But
we can tell when my son is off.
Oh, wow.
Because he's been eating too many carbs.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes, he's having what he thinks is a healthy snack. Yeah, he's a teenager and he's having this healthy snack and we just see that he stares blankly.
Oh.
Because that is like they call that that's a type of seizure too.
Is it really?
Yeah, if you just stare blankly for a few minutes. So we can tell like if he's when he's not eating right. So and we're like, okay, we need to go out and get some red meat and make some nice juicy burgers.
Oh.
And that will put him in a wonderful state of mind.
Really?
Just the fat from the grass-fed beef and cut up some fresh avocado, and sometimes if we need to eat quick, there are companies out there that make sweet potato fries, organic sweet potato
Oh,
fries, and
nice, nice.
regular fries. And, you put that in the air fryer. You can make a quick meal and it could be super healthy. Get some iceberg lettuce and just pull the leaves off. Make
Yeah.
that your bread.
Oh, yeah, I've done that. And it's
Matter
really
of fact,
good too.
In-N-Out Burger in your state makes the Flying Dutchman
Yes, it
with
does.
with the lettuce wrap.
It does. Yep, they do. They have that, and it's pretty good. And a lot of people, when they come out to California, that's the first thing they do. They go to In-N-Out. But yeah, that's just awesome. Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny. Well, stuff goes in my freezer, and it never comes out. It's like I forget it's there, and then so how do you defrost like quickly? Like,
It takes preparation sometimes. If you buy salmon, Costco sells the frozen salmon wild caught,
yeah.
and it's in individual packages, plastic packages. You could take that out of your freezer and put it in some hot water and it'll defrost in no time.
Oh, nice.
Spray some olive oil on it or whatever, the coconut oil or whatever. Some herbs, some dried herbs, Italian seasoning, or I use something called everything but the salt.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And you put that on there, throw that under the broiler, and you've got yourself a meal in about 12 minutes. And then if you have frozen vegetables, I keep on hand frozen organic vegetables, peas, cauliflower, broccoli, sometimes the mixed bag of organic or riced cauliflower. You can always throw something in, you could even put the frozen broccoli in the air fryer too.
Oh, wow.
I love my air fryer.
Yeah, I bought one, and then they had one that was a toaster oven. So this thing's a toaster oven, air fryer, convection oven, and it was like on sale at Target. The sale's gone, but it was like, so yeah, and I've been using it. It's pretty cool. So let's see.
It's great.
So what else do you like about this whole journey? It's crazy, huh?
It's given me that push that I really needed to take my business to the next level. Because during COVID, I was doing the course. I was finishing up the course, and I decided, okay, I'm going to, I had some coaching from a friend who was a business coach.
Nice.
And with her help, I said, okay, I'm going to create my website. And I created the website. What else was there to do? We couldn't really go out. And the school that I went to was offering free hosting, website hosting for 1 year.
Nice.
But I had to watch the videos.
Right.
They had all of these great instructional videos. And I went in and I created my website. Nice. It was something basic, but at least I got my presence out there. And I was doing some things, but I wasn't doing it to my full potential. Like somebody asked me if I would do meal planning with them. He's like, I said, all right, we're going to do this. Whatever I make for dinner, because I cook in large batches, I'm going to make portions for you.
Nice.
It's like, great. And I'll pay you for it.
Oh, that's a business. People do that.
I was doing that for him, creating whatever we ate, he ate. If I made the salmon, he was having the salmon with the vegetables. Yeah, nice. And then I was packing it up, and my husband would deliver it to him, and he paid me. He was a happy camper.
Nice.
It was great. Like, he's like, I don't have time to cook this. Or if I saw him in person and we were at the same event, I already knew that he was running out of food because he was
skinny.
He was eating cookies or potato chips. And I'm like, wait, I had something extra with me, a veggie burger or something. I made a veggie burger with the dairy-free cheese and lettuce, tomato, and all that.
Nice.
I'm like, here, you can have this. He was like, thank you so much. Like, he was feeling the benefits of eating healthier. So,
that's awesome.
And I enjoyed that so much. And I was taking that part of my business to the next level. And then we went to Florida this past January. My father-in-law had a surgery, and we felt the need to drive down and be with him while he recovered to help out my mother-in-law, because she can't do it all. it's one thing for her, you know, he can help her lift her up, but she can't lift him up.
Oh, no, no.
So we decided to go down, and we ended up staying there for a couple of months. And long story
Your
short, we ended up
snowbirds.
buying a second home in Florida. And
Yeah.
so it's good now that my husband is down there with them, and we're helping our aging parents. He's helping
Nice.
his, and I come back and forth and I help mine.
Oh, that's nice. And I see you putting up videos and everything else, and it's kind of how that's like been the progression. You start putting out, and I found, don't waste any time, just do it. Don't, you know, it's not when I get the perfect lights or I get the perfect camera or any of that, because you're just wasting,
Right.
you're wasting, it's like, it's almost like if you were, I don't know, young and you wanted to go to school, and you're like, no, I'm not ready for school yet. I'm gonna wait. And then all your friends are going to school because they just went. Well, I always looked at like junior college was kind of like hard. It's hard for people because they keep changing your requirements or whatever. And I found like if you're going to college, it's kind of like high school. You start as a freshman, then you're a sophomore, a junior, and senior. You're in a structured path, and you're learning along the whole way. But if you're always waiting to go, yeah, I'm going to go next year, or I got to get this right, I got to get that right, I need the right books, I need the right, you're killing yourself, because you need to learn as you're going. That's part of the whole thing, is learning. And just take your dang phone, like I said, just take your phone. I mean, that's another thing, that it's frictionless now. There's no barrier. You don't need no expensive camera. Your camera on your phone is perfect, it's great, and you just point it yourself, you hit it. You don't even have to download it into anything. You can go right from your phone and upload it right into the Mastermind Facebook group or any group. Or I'm like,
It's true. It's true. I've
so
been
easy.
posting them on my Instagram. I was not doing any videos at all. I just hate the way I sound back then.
Right,
And this past August, I started doing mini, short videos.
right.
And I've done quite a few, and it's gotten me used to it. So, listening to Dean, just saying, just do it, get out there, take the
Even he's
uncomfortable
just
action.
doing it too. He goes live. He's not all scripted. You see him just, and even like Trent Shelton and stuff. He'll just be in his car. Hey man, I'm here in my car. Here I am again. And I just had this thought, and that kind of cracks me up, because I get those thoughts too. It's like I just had this thought, and Bear calls it insomnia action. You just wake up in the
I
middle
love
of
that.
the night, and I'm writing stuff down. And I'm all, I need to document people's journeys, and then also wake up in the middle of the night. I'm a coach. I'm coaching people, and it's like all these little thoughts, and it's like I don't know where this came from. It's not like I sat there and pondered it. It's all of a sudden, and I was cracking up because I don't know. I start singing this stupid song like, "This girl was on fire." That song starts playing in my head, as I'm writing all this stuff down. It's created a life of its own, and that's what I've seen in our group, is that other people, that once they get rolling, that the life of its own, because it's like I keep saying, you gave birth, and then once you gave birth, your baby tells you when it wants to eat. It forces you, like your son with his condition. That was forced learning. You would have never researched anything, but you were forced to. And then so as we step out on this journey, and you actually take action, you just don't sit for the perfect camera or the perfect book, or that you got it all perfect. Once you put it out to the world, now this thing's got its life in it, and it's like, now I need to learn how to do this, because it's forcing you to. And basically, if you really think about it, life does force you to do things, because different things happen in life, and you're forced to adjust, and you can either decide to pursue what you want to pursue and learn what you want to learn, or you can just sit and then have life kick you in the butt and say, oh, guess what, you got to get off the couch now, because I just gave you this big trauma or problem or something, and now you got to go find answers. And
It's true. You know, I think that I was always meant to be on this path because when I was younger, and my mom reminded me one day, she says, remember when we would like go to a wedding and they had the cake? You never liked the icing. You would always give me the icing and just eat the cake. And I
oh,
always loved when my grandmother made like a homemade cake because it wasn't as sweet as what you got in the bakery.
right.
And I always liked it that it had the less sugar. When friends and family made treats, I would eat their treats above and beyond anything store bought back
Oh,
then.
wow. Back
Yeah,
then. So you're like, I want the real stuff. I don't want the box. I want grandma, like, making it from scratch.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
grandma's home
awesome.
cooking. Oh boy, do I miss her. My
Oh,
dad's mother, she's just this excellent Neapolitan woman from the Naples, Italy
yes.
area who could
Yeah.
cook like it was nobody's business.
Oh, I know. And,
She could
and
just whip up something and it was just a simple food. Awesome.
I know. And
My male cousins
yeah.
were all younger than me. I'm the only granddaughter, and
Okay.
they all cook.
Nice. I
They
could.
all like the traditional cooking.
Oh,
And
oh, 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 guess what?
oh,
There,
are we coming up on the 30-minute mark?
no, there's a cookbook here. And I'll take the trial edition and cook the recipes to tell you if they're good. So,
Ah,
so get all those recipes. Hey, did you like how I worked that angle? So I'm doing you a favor to try your recipes. So get all because I'll tell you what happens. So
I'm writing that down.
my dad's side, Hispanic, right? Grandma made, oh God, the best tortillas ever. I've tried.
Mhm.
Okay, she made the best rice, we have Auntie Eva's rice, right? Well, they all passed away. No one got the recipes.
Oh,
So now it's like they're gone. I gotta try to like find something that's close, right?
mhm.
And you don't realize that. And then like my grandma on my other side, she would make sauce and she would make goulash and all this stuff and the same kind of thing. And a lot of those recipes were like, it wasn't like a quarter teaspoon salt or whatever. It's like a pinch of salt to taste or a little of this. How much flour do you put in or whatever? I don't know. Like you just grab like little, that's how they
Mhm.
cooked.
That's
And
how they cooked. Yeah, my grandmother was the same.
right. And you don't
But she
realize,
did write her recipe for it's called strufoli.
oh, what's
It's
that?
an Italian dessert. It's actually basically honey. They're called honey balls. They're
Oh,
fried. It's
wow.
fried dough, but in small
Oh,
balls like this.
yeah.
And then they stack them in like a pyramid once they're all fried, and then you drizzle the whole thing with honey
Oh,
and sprinkles.
oh,
I
that
don't know
better
what the
be in your
sprinkles
cookbook
were.
too.
But my cousin Steve makes the best strufoli, so we just leave it to him because it's quite a bit of work, but it's with regular dough, and I don't do that anymore. I have to find
Yeah.
a good
But
gluten-free dough that will withstand the frying and the yeah, maybe I can air fry them.
oh yeah. Oh, that's great.
Air fry. I'm writing this down. Air
See,
fry.
see, look at this. See, this is why people need to meet up because there's an exchange of ideas and
Mm-hmm.
things just pop to you that you would never even think about. Um,
Yes, yes.
but,
Hmm.
but that is huge. Recipes are being lost. Family traditions are being lost. My grandma, every
It's so true.
Christmas was tamales. Nobody knows how to make tamales now. We go buy them, and it
Oh
was
no, we have when we were on Long Island, a friend of ours, a friend of a friend.
right,
This woman was making the tamales
right.
around Christmas time, and we got them. Oh my God, they're so good.
Oh, I know they're
And
good.
we froze them. We bought extra and we froze them. We were like, just I want like 5 dozen of them. And when we came back from Florida, we didn't have any food in the house, but we had,
Oh,
a
tamale.
freezer in the garage, and we had them, and they were like, thank God we have the tamales, we can eat them.
Well, I met
Reminded me of that.
I met this guy. I went to the grocery store and this guy's in the back of his car. He's got the big old pot, right? I'm all, what do you got? He's all tamales. I'm all, oh, okay. So his pot was full. I came back out. I got the last dozen of them,
Oh
and
wow.
and he had chicken and pork. And I don't, he was there in the daytime. I'll have to go look for him, but he says he goes there every day except like Monday or whatever. And he's selling these tamales. And I'm all, that's a lot of work, but he had it down to a science of how to cook the meat, how to do the masa. He had it all down. And I figured out that he was making probably like, I don't know, like 400 or something dollars a day or something. But
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, traditions
great.
are being lost. In fact, this is making me think to reach out to this woman who's on Mastermind who I reached out before, and she made tortillas and stuff. And I said that she needs to, you know, traditions are being lost. That, and I think that would be awesome, is like a traditional Italian grandma's something, you know, that, I mean, I'd buy that. But I don't
There's a
have to, because
restaurant. Listen to
I'm
this.
gonna try it. I'm gonna try it first. So I'm on your test group. So
Okay. I just wanted to let you know that there's a restaurant in Staten Island. I don't remember the name of it, but they bring in Italian grandmothers
no way. Are you
as guest
serious?
cooks.
What's it called? Grandmas?
I don't know
No,
the name of it.
nanas,
I'm gonna
nanas.
find out and I'll let you know.
That, whoa. You know what kind of idea that is? A restaurant like called Nanas, and they
Breaking
bring in and not that
It might even be called known as, I don't know the name of it,
hey,
but
not that Italian grandmas are bossy, but can you imagine? She comes in, they got the kitchen in the back and all the cooks, and Nana goes, no, you go like a little more of this, this sauce is a little more of this, you add this, and she's like telling them all how to cook. And so she's not like slaving, but if she wants to, she can cook, but otherwise she's like the boss, right? And goes in there and says, we're gonna make this, and this is how you do it. Whoa, dude, that's multi-million.
isn't that a great idea?
That's a multi-million-dollar idea. Okay, we will chat more on all of this kind of stuff. But
I love talking about food.
I know, but that concept, because people, do you know what they would pay for that?
And they do. They go to this restaurant.
That's priceless.
Matter of fact, I think my friend's mother was one of the guest cooks.
That's priceless.
His mom.
That is crazy. Wow. That's and they, whoa. Okay. Yeah, I should that's okay. That's like one of those little bing. That's
You're like, I want that. I'm going to New York and I'm gonna find that restaurant and go there.
I don't know about finding it. I mean, that's for a restaurant, that's like a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
For wow. So whoa, that I like that. That's kind of like that one day we were in Karen's Zoom call or whatever, and she made the comment that you're responsible to make everything in your life into a blessing, to turn it into a blessing. And
So
same kind of thing. It was like somebody just like hit me, and that just resonated so true, that I'm responsible to turn everything in my life into a blessing. And wow. And so since then, that's been my thought. There's no more poor me, there's none of this. My story is that I couldn't do it, or this happened to me, or just all the things in life.
Life is happening for you, not to you.
And then now to figure out how to turn it into a blessing versus that it was poor me. But that makes it so you're active, and it's your choice, because
it's true. And that's why I want to do my cooking videos and put them out on YouTube. And it's really basically a record for my son to have, so that he can look back on it. And if other people like it, awesome. That's great.
Yes. So okay. So 2019, my aunt died. My dad died in like February. My wife died in July. So anyway, okay, let me come back. So
I'm sorry.
So I typed in, I did Google search. I did my dad's name, Google search. All of a sudden, like 3 videos popped up on YouTube. I'm like, what is this? I didn't know this. He had done he was like 80, but he did 3 videos of the area he grew up in, the city, some historical thing of what it was like when he grew up there. Because it was like, he was born in 35. So he's going, yeah, I worked here and we picked apricots and we did all this stuff, right? So I found these treasures because they were probably like an hour's worth of video together of him actually talking. It's priceless. So what you're doing, it's priceless, because that record, and I had no idea that it existed. And it's funny to watch. I mean, it's really,
Wow, that's such a gift that
it was, and I
surprise
had
gift.
no idea. But it was really awesome. So yeah, what you're talking about, because, and that's, everything, this is the World Wide Web. So to everybody, if you're putting videos out there and you're putting it out to the public, well, then your kids or whatever can see, they can Google you or whatever, because if you think about it, what they say, like 3 generations after you pass or whatever, you're forgotten. I mean, I remember my grandparents, great grandparents, but I have no knowledge of my great grandparents.
Mhm. Me neither. I would have loved to find that
Right,
out, but it involves going back to Sicily
right.
to their Hall of Records or whatever. Like I don't know I don't know who that relative is. You're so right. And
Right,
I
unless
would
you
love
do
to find that
ancestry.
out.
But I mean, unless you left some kind of video, or you wrote a book or something, in a couple generations, they'll be like John Rodarte. Oh, we're related to him, but they'll have no knowledge of who I was, But in video form, if like on a YouTube, if it stays on forever, they can go and go, oh, that's my great grandfather or something.
Wow. That's
And
right.
video is, they see your personality, they hear your voice, they see you,
Right.
interacting. It's not just like, oh, there's a picture of him and he's all, those old Italian, those old pictures, the grandma and grandpa,
Yeah. And they don't smile. They're all serious.
yes, they're all serious and stuff. Yeah. And yeah, that's huge. So everyone, you guys should make videos just for a record for the future, for your future generations, grandkids. Your grandkids can go, hey, grandma, look, you were young and you're doing this. And
Mhm.
but
Especially my gluten-free vegan pizza.
yeah, there you go. But oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So
we'll get the whole family involved in that one.
right. Well, Maria,
I did. Go
I
ahead.
I really want to try your recipes because I love to cook. And
Awesome.
my cooking is like, it's like I'm making sauce. I just start dumping and I go, oh, I want some of this. So it tastes, I just start throwing stuff in to get taste. I kind of, I don't know, in my head, I have like a register of taste, I guess. So I'm all, oh, I'll put some of this and we'll give it a little sweet, a little salt, a little combination. And I just throw, it's never the same. And I have what I call bottomless spaghetti. I make the sauce like sausage and like all kinds of different meats, onion and the tomatoes, and I make it, and then I'll cook rigatoni, and then I'll just throw the rigatoni in with it in the sauce, and then
Mhm.
I'll eat that for days. Oh, I'll put zucchini. I'll cut big pieces of zucchini in there and cook it in there. And then as it starts going down, I start adding more zucchini. I start adding some more meat. And then the rigatoni starts breaking down. The noodles start like kind of, shredding, breaking up. And it just, I'll eat it for
This
like,
sounds really good. You're making me hungry.
but I'll just keep adding to it. It's kind of until I get tired of it, but it's kind of like the bottomless, like, I guess in the old days, they had the pot over the fire and all they did was just add. They just
It's
always
true.
added more to it. That's all.
Right.
Just kept going.
Right. And you know what? You're really on your way to eating healthier right there. Just take out, like, I wouldn't do sausage in my opinion, but
Right,
if you like a certain meat, like
right.
put less meat in there. I've done everything with just all vegetables
Yeah, that's good too.
and we like it, but like every once in a while, I am not 100% gluten-free vegan
Right,
and meatless all the time.
Right.
I will have a chopped steak or a burger. I'll have beef every once in a while. I'll just make sure it's a good quality beef.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll have it because I grew up eating like that. I ate everything.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, but I don't eat. I'm Italian and I miss. If you don't think I miss my Brooklyn pizza,
Oh, yeah.
pasta, we do gluten-free pasta right now, but and it tastes just as good with my sauce. And you know what else is really good with my sauce? Spaghetti squash.
Oh,
with
spaghetti squash is awesome like that.
Spaghetti
Yes.
squash with a meat sauce, a bolognese
Oh,
sauce on top.
yes.
I make a mean
Yes.
bolognese sauce. With that on top is incredible.
So-
And some vegetables on the side, you've got yourself a powerhouse meal.
Okay, these are all going to be in your little recipe book, and the one that so once you get it out there, remember me, and you can offer that up. That
Well, we're all going to get together one of these days for
Yes,
like
yes.
our own mastermind, right?
Yes,
So I think it should be, in a good central location and I can cook for everybody.
that Italian like e-cookbook thing or whatever could be a course, like an offer. It could be an offer on Mastermind. Grandma whatever's Italian recipes, $20 or something, authentic, right? And you could have oh my God, you have the regular ones, right? The regular versions, and then you have Maria's gluten-free versions or whatever, where you've ingredients wise you've adjusted them.
Which
So,
is what it's going to be, Maria's gluten-free version.
Yeah,
I have a nickname for myself.
yeah,
I call myself the tweaker.
the tweak. Well, at least you have your
Because
teeth. Thank you.
I will take a traditional recipe and I will
Right.
tweak it so that it's beneficial for my family to eat.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome. There
And
you
it comes
go.
out just as delicious. When we'll do a homemade pizza night with the gluten-free. We're getting the kids involved in it. We're rolling out the dough.
Yeah.
And I make the fresh sauces and then I make a green sauce and the red sauce. So my green sauce is not a traditional pesto,
Right.
but what's in it and the cheese that I put on top, it's a vegan cheese.
Yeah.
Everybody who eats that pizza is like, that's my new favorite pizza. I like
Oh
this
my
better than the
goodness.
red.
Oh, awesome.
Every single person is like, I really like this one. I
Well, I
like the
hope-
red, but I really like this one.
Oh, nice. Well, I hope you got some ideas from this, because I did.
I did. Yes,
Uh,
I'm writing all this down.
Oh, thank you. This has been awesome. As always, you're very insightful and it's always nice to talk to you. And
Thank you, John. It's been great talking with you too.
Yeah, I enjoy you in our group. Everybody in there, we all contribute, and that's part of this too. You guys, you get what you get out of it, what you put into it, and
Mhm.
actually, it's been really easy to put in, but I've gotten so much more out of it.
That's very true what you said. I've gotten so much out of it that when we do our own group call on Saturdays, I'm so looking forward to it. Like
Me
it's
too.
like no, life has to stop right now. I gotta get back home. I gotta get on the call.
Right, because I learned so much. Because you
Yeah.
don't even know what you're going to learn. You have no idea. I had no idea I was
It-
going to learn all this stuff
so true.
talking to
It's
you.
so true.
Yeah, we had no script. We had nothing. I had no idea. This is just, it
Mhm.
just came out of just because we were interacting.
That's right. Everyone who's watching this, we had no script.
No, nothing.
We just started talking as it comes. There's nothing.
Right. And
No holding back.
Tony used to always say is when you have two people have two brains, but when two people get together, they have like three or more brains because they play off each other and they have different angles and you never know where it's going to go.
Yes.
So it's just some awesome
totally agree.
ideas came out of this. Boy, I'm on fire for this. And you go with that offer of authentic cooking.
Oh, that is in my head right now. Oh, yes.
That's just and just put it out there and you can tweak it or do whatever, but just don't wait for it to be perfect. Just
It's not going to be. It's going to be a pinch of this and a little bit of that, but
No,
I'm
no,
going
but
to show
just-
them what I'm putting in.
yeah, but just throw it together and you can change. You can always adjust it and change it. It doesn't have to be like, oh, it's got to be like I want the cover to look like this. I want that. No.
No,
So
it's just
the world wants it. I want it. And in my world, that's 100% of the population of the world wants it. So So Maria, it's been great, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, John. I really enjoyed our talk.
All right, take care.
Take care.
All
Bye-bye.
right, bye.